All right, so lender credits. Now, this one is a little bit more tougher, right? So, what I mean by that is when uh, when clients are looking to work with someone, of course, they want the best deal possible. They want the best rates, etc. Well, also funds is something that can possibly bend their ear. Okay, so little quick story: I had a referral partner that was struggling to commit to one of their potential buyers. Right, they just weren't willing to move forward until they offered that client a free appraisal. Right, like, okay, if you work with me, then I'll pay for your appraisal. Right, and all of a sudden they decide to move forward and they apply with me. Okay, now that referral partner is running Facebook ads just to promote or advertise this type of incentive, and they're getting a lot of responses, right? So it's weird. $500 or whatever, a free appraisal, all of a sudden your phone's bringing off the hook, right? It's just something as simple as that. Okay, so again, you want to ask your preferred lender partner if they can provide any lender credits towards closing costs. Okay, most lenders should be able to figure something out. Okay, if they can't, something's weird, right? Maybe I don't know. You might want to talk to the lenders if they're like, nope, absolutely not. I will not provide lender credit. I won't do it. Something's going on. Okay. But most cannot offer anything free or anything specific. Like I can't be like, yeah, I can pay for their appraisal. It can't be like that. It just has to be considered a lender credit, meaning a numerical number added. Numerical number is funny. Added or shown on their total closing cost. Okay, and it's going to be a lender credit applied towards final closing cost. Okay, but we can't offer a free appraisal. That's not how it works. Okay. Then you create co-marketing materials explaining the offer and send it to your database and your potential clients. Okay, so here's an example, right? This is a flyer that is approved by compliance with my company, where I have my name here, but I would actually put my referral partner's name here. It literally says first time home buyers, but what did they see? They see get $500 towards your closing costs, right? And they blast this on their social media. They blast it to their email list. They print it out. They make sure it's at every single open house, whatever it is they need to let people know, hey, you're giving $500 off, right? And that might be the one thing that pushes people over the edge, right? So Sonia says, I asked this question today and they said no, they can't do anything. Yeah, see, it really depends. I mean, what I'm saying is you should ask them preemptively, not during a contract. That's already too late. But say, hey, I want to try to incentivize potential buyers. Can you offer lender credit so that I can communicate to them that if they work with me and you, we can get them some money towards the closing costs, right? That's what I'm saying. So your lender probably could, maybe in a future deal, but maybe not in a current deal. Okay. Or if they're not doing it, then again something might be off. Okay. But again, you got to make sure that the advertisement is compliant, right? So once you get that done, you leverage the lender credits as much as you can and bring yourself as the real estate agent with access to lender credits, right? You want to let everyone in the neighborhood know, yeah, there's a lot of real estate agents, but I'm the one with lender credits. I'm the one that have connections that can get you some money towards your closing costs, right? Assign yourself with the incentive because again, people are shopping for the best deals. They're looking for reasons to choose someone. Well, if real estate agent A, real estate agent B look exactly the same, sound the same, smell the same, they talk the same, but one of them is given a $500 incentive, which one are you going to choose, right? So it just gives you a little extra edge. Okay. So once a client shows interest, loop your preferred lender partner in as soon as possible. What I mean by that, if the person says, yes, I want $500 towards my close costs, what do I need to do? That's when the lender needs to be introduced right away because the lender is the one offering it. Okay. So it's something provided by the lender, so they have to explain how it works. It has to be disclosed to them what it means. Okay. We're not giving them $500 cash or a check. No, it's going to be applied to the closing costs. But what's the catch? They have to apply, get pre-qualified, get under contract, and close. That's how they get the $500 credit, right? So that it's a conversation that needs to be had so these people don't feel like they're being tricked or bait and switched, right? Uh, and a good closer, when I say good closer, I'm talking about a lender party that knows how to close deals, will ultimately get the potential client to apply. And like stated earlier, any application is a conversion, right? If someone decides to give someone else their social security number, they're interested in doing business with that person. Okay. So again, this conversation is about getting someone who might want to be a buyer to work with you and your lender partner and ultimately close. And again, I believe the close is when they apply. Okay, so so yeah, this doesn't work without a lender. Okay, so you continue with the pre-qualification process, contract, and the loan process as normal. What I mean by that is nothing changes at this point. You still go through the motions of getting into a home, a contract, etc. And then if you want to, you can have the lender credit disclosed on the loan estimate, but it's not necessary, right? What's necessary is for it to be on the closing disclosure, the CD, the final closing documents. Okay, so this is where when you're about to close, you want to make sure you remind your preferred lender partner to put the lender credits that were agreed upon on the CD or the closing disclosure, right? So maybe you can three-way the lender with your client on the phone, just to say, hey, remember our client, they agreed upon getting $500 credit, 500 towards closing costs by working because they're working with us. And the letter should be like, yeah, you're right. Let me make sure it's on there. Okay, I double checked. It looks good. So when you get your CD, you'll see a line that says lender credit. So it actually looks like this. Okay, on page 2 of the CD closing disclosures, you'll see in category J total closing costs, and you'll see lender credits, and it'll have a negative sign in front of the number. So this lender is giving a credit of $230, right? So again, it's on page 2 of the closing disclosures, item J, and it's going to say lender credits, right? Now it's literally easy to find because the calculating cash at close, which is where most people's eyes go to, is the line right above it. Okay, but that's how you prove that you're providing them what you agreed to give them, which is the credit. Okay, but the lender should explain this. You don't have to explain this. The lender should be the one explaining this to the client. Okay. But yeah, again, by doing this, you're showing your client that you have their best interest at heart. You are honoring your promise. Okay. After closing, ask for referrals. Do you know anybody else who would like a lender credit towards their closing costs? Right. So you're not just saying, hey, do you know anyone who wants to buy and sell? No, you ask them, do you know anyone else who would mind saving money on their closing costs? Right. That's how you should pitch them. Right. You treat it like our clients are hooking other clients up with this exclusive incentive. What I mean by that is you're empowering them, the client that you just closed, to give their friends and family a $500 discount. Hey, I just bought a house. Check it out. I know a guy that can get you $500 towards closing costs. Right here, give my agent a call. Make sure you tell them that Sue sent them. Right. So you're giving them sort of an opportunity to look good in front of their friends and family. Right. And of course, when they are referred, you can be like, or you can actually ask the person referred, hey, did you tell them about the incentive? Okay, cool. If you did, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I can still honor that with my lender. And then, yes, you have to ask every single time with your lender if they can provide this, because there's a chance that might no longer be available. Okay, it's something you have to fight for every single client. So it is something that is exclusive, right? It's not an automatic. It's not guaranteed or something that you should neglect. You need to make sure it can happen, right? But by doing that, it makes you look like a client advocate, like you're fighting for every penny you can for the client, right? Which of course just makes you look better, hopefully, right? So interaction time. Anybody have an experience with this type of method or strategy, or anyone willing to share their approach, or maybe you have any ideas based on what I just explained or presented? Yeah, sorry we're going a little bit over, but hey, most of you guys are still on this call, so that's pretty cool.